Britney Spears is back in the public eye, dancing through yet another chapter of her complex, often dramatic life. Just days after landing in Mexico, the pop icon shared glimpses of her trip with fans, providing a sense of what it's like to live as the world watches. Britney's return to social media, particularly in the form of her eccentric dance moves, was nothing short of a spectacle. As always, her behavior and posts leave us captivated and questioning just what's going on beneath the surface. After celebrating her birthday on Monday, Britney embarked on a solo birthday trip to Mexico, a place that seems to hold a sense of freedom for her, even as she's still navigating the complexities of her personal life. It's clear that she's been through a whirlwind of emotions, both publicly and privately, and her posts during this trip paint a picture of someone who is, once again, reclaiming her sense of self. It's a journey that fans have witnessed over the years, from the highs of her musical success to the lows of personal and legal battles. Through it all, Britney has remained a pop culture fixture, and her every move is followed by millions. This latest chapter begins as Britney touches down in Cabo San Lucas, a beautiful destination known for its pristine beaches, turquoise waters, and luxurious resorts. But instead of simply enjoying the quiet serenity of her getaway, she turns to the camera, ready to share another moment of her life with her audience. In a silver dress that sparkles in the sunlight, Britney dances with the kind of freedom and energy that has defined her for decades. With each twirl, snap of her fingers, and pose, she reminds her followers of the person she used to be, confident, playful, and always ready to put on a show. Her movements, captured on video for the world to see, are a perfect representation of the Britney Spears fans remember. There's no holding back, no apologies for the eccentricity and unpredictability that has marked her life. At one point, she turns away from the camera and walks off with a seductive sway, her dress catching the light as she struts away. It's an almost theatrical gesture, an expression of her independence and a nod to the countless performances she's given over the years. Despite everything that's happened to her, Britney is still in control, even if it's just for a moment in front of a camera. The song she's dancing to adds another layer of intrigue. While many might expect a classic Britney pop anthem, she instead chooses Closer by 9 Inch Nails, a hauntingly raw industrial track that seems to resonate with her more rebellious side. Contrast between the music and her playful yet intense movements creates an interesting juxtaposition. Britney has always been known for her ability to shock and surprise, and this video is no exception. There's something about the way she moves to the rhythm of the song, a raw, untamed energy that reflects both her inner turmoil and her desire for freedom. It's not just about the dance, it's about expressing herself in a way that feels authentic, even if it's not what people expect. And yet, even as she shares these personal moments with her fans, there's a sense of mystery surrounding her every move. Britney's fans know her all too well. They've been through the highs and lows of her career, watching as she went from one of the world's most famous pop stars to someone trapped by the weight of public scrutiny, mental health struggles, and a controversial conservatorship. And now, with the conservatorship officially over, many are wondering just what Britney's life will look like moving forward. The announcement that she was planning to move to Mexico sparked even more speculation. Was this a permanent move? Was Britney truly starting a new chapter of her life, one where she could leave behind the United States and its complicated history with her? While some fans were thrilled at the idea of Britney embracing a new life abroad, others were skeptical. Could she really leave behind the country that made her a superstar? Would a change in location help her escape the constant scrutiny of the media? Was this a fresh start, or just another passing thought in the whirlwind of her mind? Sources close to Britney quickly clarified that her post about moving to Mexico was just one of her quirky, unpredictable online moments. According to these sources, the pop star hadn't actually made any plans to relocate permanently. Instead, her posts were a reflection of her free-spirited personality, one that embraces eccentricity and spontaneity. This solo birthday trip was simply a chance for Britney to get away, to clear her head, and to enjoy some well-deserved time to herself. For many fans, this information provided some much-needed clarity. It's not unusual for Britney to make impulsive posts that don't always reflect her true intentions. Over the years, her social media presence has become a canvas for her to express herself in ways that are both captivating and confusing. For some, her posts are a source of entertainment, a way to connect with the Britney they grew up with. For others, they're a window into the struggles she continues to face. But perhaps it's the idea of a solo birthday trip that speaks to a deeper truth about Britney's journey. After years of being controlled by her conservatorship, where her every move was scrutinized, dictated, and managed by others, it's no surprise that she's now taking time for herself. It's a simple act, but one that symbolizes so much more. This trip to Mexico is a symbol of freedom, a small, personal victory for a woman who's been through so much. She doesn't need anyone's permission to live her life. She doesn't need approval from the media, from her family, or from the public. This is her time to step back, breathe, and simply exist outside the pressures that have defined her for most of her life. The silver dress she wears during the video is also a subtle metaphor. It reflects the glittering world she once inhabited as a pop superstar, the world of red carpets, album releases, and sold-out concerts. But it also speaks to the person she is today, a woman who has lived through incredible hardship and come out on the other side, still shining, still willing to share her story with the world. There's no denying that Britney's journey has been fraught with difficulty, but it has also been marked by moments of incredible strength and resilience. Her dance videos, her candid posts, and her unapologetic expressions of herself are a testament to that strength. As she dances in Mexico, surrounded by the beauty of the landscape and the peaceful isolation that comes with a solo trip, Britney is able to reflect on her past and present. She can take a step back from the noise of the world and think about what comes next. The future may be uncertain, but there's something incredibly empowering about watching her navigate it on her own terms. She's no longer just the pop princess of the late 90s and early 2000s. She's a woman who has survived the intense scrutiny of the public eye, who has fought for her autonomy, and who is now creating a new version of herself. In the end, Britney's dance video is much more than just a moment of fun. It's a reflection of her journey, one that has been marked by struggles, triumphs, and an unbreakable spirit. Her decision to share her moments of freedom with the world is an act of empowerment, and her fans, who have followed her every step of the way, continue to support her. They've seen her rise, fall, and rise again. And now they're witnessing a new chapter in her life, one that is still unfolding in real time. For Britney, this trip to Mexico is more than just a birthday getaway. It's a reminder that she's still in control of her narrative, still capable of shaping her own future. It's a message to the world that, despite everything she's been through, she remains unapologetically herself. And for her fans, it's another moment to celebrate the woman behind the legend, the woman who continues to defy expectations and live life on her own terms.